Music is a universal language that has the power to transcend time, connect people across generations, and evoke profound emotions. Throughout history, countless albums have left an indelible mark on the world, reshaping genres and inspiring countless artists. In this article, we will embark on a musical odyssey and explore the top 10 music albums of all time, which have become immortalized through their exceptional artistic merit, cultural impact, and enduring popularity. Number 1. Thriller, Michael Jackson. Heading this list, we have one of the greatest albums of all time, and it's not hard to see why. The album, which was released in 1982, shows hues of post-disco and rock tunes, and features a collection of timeless hits, including Beat It, Billie Jean, and the title track Thriller. This album not only revolutionized the pop music landscape of the 1980s, but it also played a major role in popularizing the concept of music videos, with the iconic Thriller video becoming a cultural phenomenon. Besides, the album's impact on popular culture cannot be overstated, and it remains a touchstone for music fans around the world. Thriller has sold 34 million certified copies only in the United States and over 50 million worldwide. Nevertheless, sales estimates show a result of almost 70 million copies sold, making it the best-selling album of all time. Number 2. Back in Black, AC/DC. When it comes to classic rock, Back in Black by AC/DC is a masterpiece that has withstood the test of time. Released in 1980, the album was a tribute to the band's late lead singer, Bon Scott, and featured his replacement, Brian Johnson. With hits like Hell's Bells, You Shook Me All Night Long, and the track that gives name to the recording Back in Black, the album became an instant classic and solidified AC/DC's place in rock history. This amazing album has sold over 30 million certified copies worldwide, 50 million claimed sales, and its timeless riffs continue to resonate with fans of all ages, and its influence can be heard in countless rock songs that followed. Number 3. The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston. Released in 1992, The Bodyguard is a true classic that has captivated audiences from all over the globe, and the album featured Houston's stunning vocals on her hit song, I Will Always Love You, among other powerful ballads and memorable pop hits. The album was created as a soundtrack to the famous movie of the same name, which starred Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. The album was a commercial and critical success, lasting 20 weeks at the top of the Billboard 200 chart and selling over 45 million copies worldwide. Still today, this soundtrack remains a beloved album that has touched the hearts of millions of fans around the world. The Bodyguard soundtrack is an album that everyone should listen to at least once. Number 4. The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Next in this list, we have an iconic Pink Floyd album that has had an immeasurable impact on the world of music. Released in 1973, the album is a concept album that explores themes of life, death, and human emotion. The album features incredible pieces such as Money and Time, and has become a classic often cited as one of the greatest records of all time. The Dark Side of the Moon had gigantic success, spending a record-breaking 937 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart and selling over 45 million copies worldwide. Number 5. Their greatest hits, 1971 to 1975. Eagles. In this position, we have a greatest hits compilation by the American band Eagles. Released in 1976, the album is a must-have album for any fan of classic rock and features some of the band's most iconic hits, including Take It Easy, Desperado, and of course, Hotel California. Their unique blend of country and rock music made Eagles one of the most beloved bands of the 1970s, and this album captures their incredible talent and musicianship. With more than 40 million certified copies sold all over the world, this album illustrates the band's ability to craft catchy and memorable songs that remain just as enjoyable today as they did over 40 years ago. Number 6. Bat Out of Hell, Meat Loaf. Since its release in 1977, Bat Out of Hell is a rock masterpiece that has become a cult classic. The album is a theatrical feat that fuses rock, pop, and operatic influences into an unforgettable musical experience. Selling over 40 million copies, this is the sixth best-selling album of all time. Besides, the album's striking themes of youthful rebellion, love, and loss struck a chord with audiences around the world. Number 7. Hotel California. Eagles. I bet you've never imagined that Eagles would have two of their albums in the top 10 best-selling records. Released in 1976, just like their greatest hits, 1971, 1976. This album contains some of the most famous songs of the band like New Kid, In Town and Life in the Fast Lane. Eagles were at the height of their popularity when they released Hotel California, and the track, with its haunting guitar riff and cryptic lyrics, became one of the band's most iconic songs and a staple of classic rock radio. Claiming 42 million sales, this album remains as a timeless classic that every rock lover should listen to. Number 8. Come On Over. Shania Twain. Come On Over is a groundbreaking album that took the music world by storm when it was released in 1997. The album marked a turning point in country music, fusing traditional country sounds with pop sensibilities and creating a new sound that appealed to fans across genres. Featuring hit songs like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, You're Still the One, and From This Moment On, this recording became the best-selling country album of all time and solidified Shania Twain's status as a superstar. With 30 million certified copies, infectious melodies, catchy hooks, and empowering lyrics, this album is a testament to the power of music to bring people together and lift our spirits. Number 9. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. Released in 1977, the Fleetwood Mac album Rumors captured the heartbreak, drama, and tension that was brewing within the band at the time, resulting in a masterpiece that transcended musical genres and spoke to people around the world. Including hits like Dreams, Go Your Own Way, The Chain, and Don't Stop. This work became one of the best-selling albums of all time and placed Fleetwood Mac as one of the greatest bands of all time. Although the band's personal relationships were falling apart during the recording of the album, the result of this creative tension was an album that resonated with fans on a deep and emotional level. Number 10. Saturday Night Fever, Bee Gees. Last but not least, we have one of the most influential and iconic albums from the disco era. Saturday Night Fever cemented the sound and spirit of the disco movement and went on to become some of the most memorable and enduring hits of all time. It was released in 1977 featuring wonderful, infectious, danceable songs such as Stayin' Alive, More Than a Woman, and Night Fever that highlighted Bee Gees as disco legends. Although some critics accused the album of promoting shallow and superficial values, Saturday Night Fever sold over 20 million certified copies all over the world. Conclusion: the top 10 music albums of all time have not only defined their respective genres, but have also left an indelible mark on the cultural fabric of society. These albums have transcended time, continuing to captivate and inspire listeners across generations. Through their innovation, artistic vision, and unforgettable melodies, these albums have secured their place in music history, reminding us of the power of great music to touch our souls and leave an everlasting impact.